unceded territory of the Tongva and Gabrielino First Nations people. This land was theirs, and the land belonged to them, and they belonged to this land. It was stolen by colonizers and enslavers and renamed Los Angeles. I wanted to just give a moment of awareness to the land that I occupy and thank them for their care of this most beautiful part of the world. We'll be doing a mat yoga class today. The class will be suitable for most. I will try to offer variations for many of the poses. Please do what you can and what you feel comfortable doing. If you have any injuries, please be mindful of your body. We don't want to create any new injuries or aggravate any existing injuries. So just please be thoughtful as you move your body around and don't do anything that you know will bring pain or discomfort, pain. Pain is our body's way of saying, no, that's too much. It shouldn't be happening. So discomfort is normal and natural, especially when you're new to a particular movement routine. It may feel awkward. It may feel discomfort is just moving out of whatever your normal is. So discomfort is a good thing, but pain is not good. So just be mindful and thoughtful. If you need to take a break while we're together, I'll be offering breaks in between things. But if you feel like you need a quick rest break or whatever, bio break, water break, whatever it is, please feel free to make that happen for yourself. We'll start with a grounding, and grounding is basically bringing our awareness into the space we're in, the moment that we're in, or the time that we'll be together. And so I will be going through some prompts with using our 5 senses, and just follow along as you're comfortable. So we'll start. I'm sitting on a stool right now. I'm going to get on my mat when we get done with this part of the intro. However you are for the moment, please sit in a comfortable way. So whether you're on your mat or on a chair or stool, just sit in a comfortable way, feet flat on the floor, and you may rest your hands, can't really see, but palms down on your knees or thighs, palms up on your knees or thighs. You can also hang onto your belly button area. This hanging on here is a very nice way to self-soothe, especially if you're feeling in times of feeling anxious or anxiety or triggered or unsettled. This is a nice way to give a discreet hug to yourself. Or you can place your hands in any way that's comfortable for you. So we just start with noticing the parts of us that are touching something else. So for me, I feel my feet firmly on the floor. I feel my hands and arms wrapped around, hands in front of me, tightly held, and my arms wrapping around my side body. And I feel my tush and the backs of my thighs making contact with the stool that I'm sitting in. So just notice what contact points you are aware of, points of you making contact with other surfaces. And just take a couple breaths here. And breathing through your nose. And then we look around our space as if it's the first time you have entered the room that you are occupying right now. Just having a look around with fresh eyes. And noticing color. So we're using our sense of sight or vision to have a look around. Just seeing what you notice. Maybe if you notice 2 items that kind of snag your attention, just note what they are, or 2, a color that catches your eye. Just make a mental note of whatever color that is. Just having a way of taking time to look around the space you're in. We'll move to our sense of hearing. We'll start with sounds outside. And so what do you hear outside your room? Outdoors, outside. So it's pretty quiet here today for now. I just heard a car go by. Last week we had gale force winds happening, so lots of sounds from the trees, the leaves, and things blowing. So today, it's for the moment, it's quiet, and we thank the gardener from across the street for not being here yet. Thank you. Moving to sounds inside our space. So I have the cat's water fountain thing going over there that I can hear. And before we started, I set up a diffuser. I can hear that blowing around over here. And then I have music, hopefully not too loud, but I have music playing low to my left. So see what sounds you hear in your space inside. Moving to the sense of touch. Let's take opposite hand, opposite shoulder, and just brush down and across your arms. So we're doing both shoulders at the same time, and just noticing your fabric of your top. And if your sleeves are short, noticing where your skin, the fabric ends and the skin begins. And then as you come down your hands, noticing the bones in your hands as you come all the way down. So this is a way to self-soothe as well. I usually do them with a straight arm called arm brushes. I've modified it a little bit. So just noticing our hands touching the different fabrics, and then you can rest your hands comfortably. Sense of smell. So I'm using vanilla and lavender mixed together. It's kind of delightful. See what you smell. You may have breakfast smell, toast, coffee, flowers, mowed lawns, whatever. See what you notice in your space smell-wise. And then our sense of taste. Toothpaste, and if water has a taste, I have that. That's all I have. See what you notice for your sense of taste. And then we're going to sit for just a couple of, I don't even know if we'll call them minutes, but we'll sit for a short while doing just some focused breathing. So I want you to sit up really tall, and again, resting hands wherever comfortable. Here's another one for you. Left hand belly button, right hand over your heart. You can try that one out. And if you're doing this placement of hands, you can maybe take an awareness of your beating heart under your right hand, but whatever's comfortable positioning for your hands. We're just going to breathe in slowly through the nose, and I want you to count on your own. So do a 4-count inhale, a 2-beat pause, and a 4-count exhale, and a 2-beat pause. So I'll do it, show you. I'm inhaling for 4, holding for 2 beats, exhaling for 4, holding out the breath for 2 beats, and then returning that. And you can go as slow or as fast as you want, it doesn't matter. But really pay attention to the movement of your body, that with the breathing process, how it moves especially the superficial part of the body, your body, the front part of your torso. And just pay attention to the different movements of throat, chest, abdomen, or belly as you take inhales, and then the reverse of that on the exhale. And noticing the cool intake of the air around the nostrils and the very high part of the top lip. I don't think this is the lip, but right underneath the nostrils, noticing the cool air entering and the warm air when it comes out. All right, and you may start when you're ready. We'll do maybe 4 cycles, 4 inhales, 4 exhales, and on your own count. When you complete number 4, return to your natural breathing pattern. And do an assessment of how you feel from that focused breath. You might feel a little different because we just put a lot of oxygen in our body, fresh breaths in our body with fresh oxygen. See if you feel any difference or notice anything different. So those kind of breathing practices you can also do when you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed. The exhale helps the nervous system to reset or to settle a little bit. And so it sometimes is not helpful in a moment of whatever you're feeling of upset or anxiety for someone else to say, breathe. But it is a good thing to try to find your breath and catch your breath, because it will help you it won't change the thing that whatever annoyed, upset, or triggered you. It won't change that thing, but it will help you to better process how to react to it when you're in control of your breath. Okay, so sometimes our friends say, just calm down and breathe. And it's not a helpful time to say that, but it is useful. It's useful information somewhere in there. So I'm going to step back and get down on my mat. To join me there. I'm going to grab a blanket. So I'm going to use, I happen to have a yoga blanket here. There's somewhere nearby is the cat's blanket, but I cannot put my eyeball on it right now. So I'm just going to use what I see first, what I first see. And so we use this type of folded blanket. Doesn't matter what kind of blanket. Like I said, I was going to use the cat's blanket just to show that we don't need any special equipment to practice yoga. We just use what we have. So a lot of times here in America, the marketing of different activities first relies on the fact that you need to go buy stuff. Some activities, yes, you do need the items or the equipment of that activity, but in yoga, we really just need ourselves. That's all we really need. You can use a towel or blanket, a regular household blanket. I leave this yoga blanket in my yoga space because I use it every week. It used to be in the car all the time when I would go to classes in person, and I would take it in to be comfortable as a student, to be comfortable make myself comfortable. So I'm sitting on the blanket. You can also, instead of sitting directly on it, you can use it to adjust your spine a little. And so you just tuck it underneath your tush just a little bit. That lifts up the hips a little higher than the knees, and it helps you to sit up taller. But you have to move it back and forth to find that sweet spot, and you'll know it when you get there. I can't tell you where to put it. You'll know it when you get there, but it changes your whole seated posture. And so try, to find that, maybe not today if you don't have a towel blanket nearby, but you can try it out on another day. But I'm actually for now going to be sitting on top of my blanket for cushioning of my sit bones. And so I have it folded pretty neatly so that it's not lumpy and that it's comfortable and not a distraction. Okay, so I'm going to sit in what's called cross-leg seated pose, or it's also called easy pose. So we're just gently cross legs, nothing fancy. Sometimes we see the lotus where the top foot is turned up. It took me years to get to this. I don't do it often, but the outside of the ankle starts to stretch a little when you sit in cross-leg seated enough. The body kind of adjusts to different things that are happening yoga-wise. And so that's called lotus, like the flower. And you can bring the other foot under, and that's the one that always gets stuck. So that's why I gave up on lotus. And I just sit in easy pose. It's much easier for me. So we're sitting up tall. We're going to do some head circles. Just slow and easy circling of the head. You may hear sounds coming from your neck. The sounds are fine as long as there's no pain. If there's pain, you may want to try to not circle so actively. Like I was doing the widest circle my head will allow me to make. But you can do with your head staying more vertical, just to get a little bit of movement in the neck. So choosing what works for you. And let's go the other way. So these neck circles or head rolls, whatever we're calling them, they have multiple names in yoga. These are really nice to do throughout your day, throughout just little periods of you sitting still somewhere. You can do a few of these to keep the muscles around the neck loose and stretched. And they do get tense Driving, sometimes we tense up. If we hear sounds of like major distraction sounds, we kind of tense up our neck a little bit. Also, I do these at the red light. If I'm the driver, I do these at the red light just to keep my neck a little bit loose. Turn your chin to the right shoulder. And so again, hands are resting palms down or palms up. I didn't say that before. But you may place your hands on knees or thighs, whatever's comfortable. We're looking to the right. And speaking of looking, throughout our class, you are more than welcome to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. For many of us, closed eyes is not comfortable. And so I don't want you to do anything that's going to bring any stress into your body. So eyes opened, halfway open or closed, or you can look around. It's whatever keeps you comfortable, allows you to stay comfortable. So I don't really prompt closed eyes. I was in a class the other day in the prison. And the instructor was telling the guys, close your eyes. And they are very hypervigilant in spaces like that. And so that would, and I'm not bagging on her, I'm not judging her, but that would not be a cue that I would use in a prison if I was teaching, or any sort of environment where people are under the control of someone else. That would not be a cue I would use personally, because they need to feel safe. They need to be able to see what's going on around them at any given second. So it's hypervigilance, and it's a useful tool to use in spaces like that. So all that to say, adjust your eyelids to your comfort, whatever that is. We're going to turn the head all the way to the left, chin to the left shoulder, and just hold here. Breathing through your nose. We're sitting up as tall as possible. Spine is as long as you can make it going upward. Shoulders and hips are stacked over each other as best you can. You can pull in the belly button a little bit. That engages the muscles around the abdominal area. We're going to go ahead, chin to the right again. Left fingertips, press the outside of the left jaw gently, adding a little more twist to the neck. We're twisting the face or the head to the right. Just hold here, try to keep the shoulders low. Checking the breath. So again, we're breathing through our nose for the whole class. The breath is controlled, so it's smooth breaths in and out. Control the breathing. And let's go chin to left shoulder, right fingertip to the right side of the jaw, just a little slight pressure. And then come back to center. Drop right ear to right shoulder, hold here, take some breaths through your nose. Then inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, and then take some breaths. So noticing if you, like, I feel my right side of my neck feels tight. See if you notice any differences from one side of your neck to the other. You may feel the same on both sides. It could be comfortable on both sides. It could be tight on both sides. It could be tighter on one side. So just see what you notice. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right again. We'll do one more set of these in slow-mo. Breathe. And then inhaling to center. Left ear, left shoulder, hold here and breathe. And then inhale to center. We'll go side to side in real time. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale to center. Two more sets. Right ear, right shoulder, right ear. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale to center. Last set. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And inhale to center. Again to the right, right ear, right shoulder. This time right hand touches the left side of the head or left ear, your choice, your preference of where you place your right hand. And we're not pulling or yanking the head to the right, we're just allowing the extra weight of the right arm to enhance the stretch on the left side of the neck. Just hold here and breathe through your nose, slow, easy breaths, long spine, sitting up as tall as you can. Checking on your jaw, make sure your jaw is loose. So we sometimes when we're concentrating or focusing on things, and other times for no reason at all, we clench our jaw. And so we want to work on letting that be neutral over time, over years. It could damage your jaw, the joint of the jaw called temporomandibular joint. That's the upper and the lower, the joint of those, the upper jaw, lower jaw, the joint of those two coming together. It could damage that over time. Release the right hand, inhale, head to center. Notice the rebound of the muscles on the left. You might have felt that when you brought your head up to neutral. And that was the muscles going back into their original or regular positioning after being stretched for a few seconds. Bringing the left ear to right, left ear to left shoulder, and then the left hand on the right side of the head or near the right ear, your choice. And holding here again, tall, long spine, shoulder relax, especially the right shoulder, relax it down. Checking on the breath and also making sure the facial muscles stay relaxed as well. You don't want to have a grimace or a frowning or a straining of the result of straining with frowning up the face, so just facial muscles neutral, face is sweetened, just a calm face. And then release the left arm, notice the rebound on the right, head back to neutral, drop your chin down to your chest and hold here, lower the shoulders. So we're actually actively pushing the shoulders down, looking down towards your feet. So this is a stretch for the back of the neck. Smooth breath. Inhale, lift up. 3 fingers from each hand around the jawbone, on the right or left jawbone, just gently lifting the chin up, head back a little. We're not forcing. And again, shoulders are down. And then release the hands, head back to neutral. Lift the right shoulder, breathe in. Exhale, lower the right shoulder. We'll do 3 all together. So here's number 2. Inhale, right shoulder up. Exhale, right shoulder down. 1 more on the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Right shoulder neutral. Inhale, left shoulder to left ear. Exhale, lower left shoulder. Inhale, left shoulder up. Exhale, left shoulder down. 1 more. Lift and lower. Come back to neutral. Both shoulders up, breathe in. We're going to hold here. So taking some breaths, pushing the shoulders up near the ears. Pushing, 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 lifting. It is also a little stretch for the side body, the muscles around the rib cage. Hold here and breathe. And then slowly lower shoulders down to their neutral position. And then we're going to inhale them up again. Exhale, lower. So we'll go in real time. Breathe in, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Hold there. Circle the right shoulder. Forward or back, it doesn't matter. We'll go both ways. Reverse the circle. We'll go 3 times each direction. So reversing the direction of your shoulder, circle 3 times. We'll move to the left shoulder. 3 circles with the left. And then reverse that when you're ready. 3 the opposite way. And then both shoulders, same direction, the same time. And really articulate the shoulders so that you get a nice stretch as you go all the way around. So we'll do 3 one way. When you're ready, reverse that 3 the other way. And then we'll do opposite shoulder, sort of like if we were riding a bike, what the legs would do on a bike. So just opposite shoulder, sort of like rowing. And reverse the direction. And then let's sit with that for just a couple breaths. Extend your legs out and just keep them out. Lower the shoulders. You can rest your hands on your knees or thighs and just notice how the top part, the upper body feels. Shoulders and up, the neck, sides of the neck, front chest, or the chest rather, the upper back, and how that feels from those little, those practices, I should call them, not little, those practices for neck and shoulders. And we'll move now to, I'm gonna move my blanket. So we'll move to some forward bends. Actually, I'm gonna put it behind me now. So here's where I would use this to lift my hips just a little bit. And again, that sweet spot is very subjective. So I cannot tell you where to put the mat to find yours, but if you play around with it in your free time, you'll be like, oh, there, I know where it is now, I got it. So, and then it becomes muscle memory whenever you use the blanket to know exactly where to place it or place your tush, one or the other. So we'll go with left leg out first. Left foot is flexed, and kind of turn your torso towards your midline. So the midline, when I put my left leg out, my body turns automatically toward the right. So I want to bring it back to center, to a neutral position, to the midline. Just exhale and walk your hands out. The left toes are flexed. The right foot is touching the inside of the left thigh. Hands are either flat palms or fingertips or forearms. I can't get down on forearms, but I want to just demo that for you as an option. Looking down at the left knee, and the spine is straight instead of humped or curved. The spine is long, so you're pushing the top of your head away from you to keep the spine long and straight. Looking down at the left knee, you may also close your eyes if that's of interest to you, and just holding here. And I'm going to tell you what I feel. I feel tight. Okay, I feel my low back is tight, my right hip is tight, and the back of my left leg is tight. So hopefully some of this will help me today. So again, stretching the spine long, looking down toward the left knee. And then inhale, both arms up. Sit up really tall, arms up straight as you can. Exhale, forward. Inhale, come up. We'll do 3 altogether. So this will be number 2. Exhale down. Inhale up. And the last one, exhale down. Inhale, come up. And here we're going to turn to the right. So bringing the left hand to touch the right knee. And bringing the right hand behind you, either flat palm on the floor, right hand, or fingertips behind you, right fingertips on the floor. You can wrap the right arm behind you. You can see my fingers here. Fingers are near my left hip. So see if you can wrap, if you want to try to wrap. So we're twisting to the right, we're wrapping back behind us. And the wrapping is an option, you don't have to. The wrapping opens up the muscles in the front of the right shoulder. So you can try it or not, whatever you choose is fine, it's all good. Twisting to the right as much as you can. Might feel a little opening on the left, around the left shoulder blade. If you don't feel it, it's fine. I'm just making suggestions of where you may feel something from this shape. And let's look over the left shoulder for just a couple breaths. Holding here, left toes are flexed up. Breathe through your nose. And then release. Come back to neutral. We're going to extend the right leg out and notice how the right and left hip feel. Might feel a little different from having that right leg and a hip opener. So to me, it feels like my right leg is longer. It is not, but that's the sensation I have. Windshield wiper your feet and shake out the arms. And then we'll change. So the right leg stays out. foot flexed, bend the left knee, bring the left sole of the foot to touch the inside of the right thigh. And we're going to exhale, walk forward again, fingertips, flat palm, forearms, look down at the right knee. And the torso's turned a little bit to center, because naturally when we bend that left leg, the torso turns to the left a little. So we want to bring it back to the midline. Holding here, looking down at the right knee, right foot flexed. Breathe deeply. And then inhale for 3 of these up and down. So this is the first one. And exhale forward. Inhale, this is number 2. Exhale down. And inhale, number 1. Exhale down. And come back up. Inhale and then turn to the left. So here the right hand touches the left knee. Turn your body to the left. The left hand is either flat behind you, on fingertips behind you, wrapping toward the right hip, if that is an interest of yours. So whatever you'd like. And we're looking over the right shoulder this time. So I feel a really deep stretch on the inside of my right thigh. I did not feel that on the left thigh. So that's an example of just the body being perfectly asymmetrical, okay? So we're holding here, left arm wherever you place it, wherever is comfortable for you. And then release, come back to center, extend the left leg out. See if you notice any differences, comparisons, and windshield wiper. Feet and shake out hands and arms. Bring both feet together. So this is cobbler pose. You can either have the feet pressed tight or you can let the feet open like a book, your choice. If we had more time and we could go grab household items, I would suggest a towel under both thighs. Think about that for next time or for your home practice. And that allows you to just let the leg rest on the towel without any thought about it. I feel the difference of this one hanging in space. It's not uncomfortable, but this one is much more comfortable to have it supported by a blanket or towel. There's something to think about for the future. And we're going to exhale and walk forward. So same thing with the hands, fingertips or palms. If you are loose enough to get down on forearms, go for it. Today is not my day for that. Look down toward your feet and just hold here. So this is cobbler pose, like the shoemaker cobbler, not the pie. Cobbler is a hip opener. So in yoga, if you study yoga, not even study it, but buy a book about yoga, it doesn't have to be a study. There are shoulder themes for shoulders, themes for chest openers, themes for hip openers, themes for balance, all different kind of themes. If you want to work on a certain part of your body, there's a whole series of poses for that item. Shoulder girdle, hip girdle, low back, mid back. There's all kinds of yoga poses. Inhale, breathe up, sit up tall. Exhale, come down. We'll do 2 more. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, forward. And 1 more. Inhale, come up. And exhale down. And hold here just a couple more breaths. Looking down at your feet so that the neck is long. Spine is long. And inhale, walk your hands back towards your torso. Release the legs. We're going to stretch them out on a wide angle. So we don't want to cause any strain on the inside of the thigh, but we do want to feel a little feedback. Feedback is, we know that things are stretching, but we don't want to have them so wide open that it hurts. So we're going to walk forward on an exhale. Place your hands wherever is comfortable. Toes are up. So when we flex our feet, the muscles in the legs engage, and also you get a little bit of a deeper stretch in the back of the legs, the calf, back of the knee, and hamstring. You can be flat palm, fingertips, or forearms down. I'm still not warm enough for that. I just want to demo it real quick. And look down at the floor. So the spine is long, the neck is an extension of the spine. Head is pushing away from the, let's say from the low spine. So we're moving the head in the opposite direction. And hold here. So this is seated forward, seated wide-legged forward fold. And we are getting some stretch from the entire back of the leg, from the buttock all the way down to the ankle, and then from the neck all the way down to the sacrum, the low part of the spine. We're getting a stretch there. Inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. We'll do one more. This is number 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, and then walk your hands towards your left leg. One hand on either side of the left ankle. You can also be on fingertips. You can also do forearms. Just get to a comfortable place, hold there. Turn your torso towards your left thigh and look down at the left knee. Spine is long again, okay? Still long spine. Inhale to center, turn to the right, and exhale, hands down, flat, fingertips or forearms, look at the right knee. Inhale, we'll go in real time, turn left, exhale. Inhale to center, turn, I said the wrong side, turn right, exhale, excuse me. Inhale to center, turn, exhale, left. Inhale to center, turn, exhale, right. I'm gonna hold here. And walk your hands back to center, hold in center, at center. And then inhale and push your hands, walk your hands backwards to upright and bring your legs together, shake out, windshield wiper, whatever feels nice. We'll move on to table pose. So I'm gonna grab my blanket again, just for a little cushioning for my knees. You can put your entire lower leg on the blanket like this, or you can just set your knee on the blanket. Just depends on what kind of support you want. I'm gonna do lower leg, and this is called table. So the hips and the knees are vertical, shoulders, elbows, wrists are vertical. We push the hands out just a little, touch a little bit so we don't have a deep, severe crease in the wrist. Sometimes that's too much pressure. Drop your belly toward the mat and lift your head, take a breath in. This is called cow of the cat-cow series. And so, or a cat-cow sequence, I should say. And we're just gonna hold here, pushing our hands into the floor. Our spine is curved, belly toward the mat, and our chin is lifted a bit. So just breathing here through your nose, allowing the low spine to release a bit. And then let's push the spine up, exhale, bring your chin to your chest. So this is cat shape. Think of a cat, Halloween, angry cat, a scary cat. Gonna hold here. So we're really pushing into the mat to help to lift the back. Looking down toward the floor, chin to chest, continue your breath. And then let's go in real time. Into cow, inhale. Chin lifts, belly drops, arch your back. Exhale to cat, chin curl, chin comes to chest, lift the spine. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. This is an excellent morning warm up of your spine. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. You can do it in bed. It's kind of squishy with the mattress, but it can be done. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. You can also do it in a chair. Inhale to cow. We do this a lot in our chair practice. Exhale to cat. You can also do it on the floor. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We'll do 2 more sets. Inhale, lift to cow. Exhale, curl to cat. 1 more set. Breathe in. Exhale out. Come back to table. Just take a couple breaths. Here, we're going to move into cat balance or bird dog. Just take a breath or 2 here. Notice how your spine feels. And then I'm going to have you slide your right toes out along the floor. Flex the right foot. So the toes are touching the mat. Heel is up. Leg is straight. Slide the left fingers out along the mat. Thumb is up. Arm is straight. So this is the beginnings of a cat balance. You may stay here, or you may lift leg, right leg, and left arm. Okay, engage the belly button. Try to have the top of the right foot on the mat. Sometimes I see people with the right toes curled under, which is a great foot stretch, but try to get a little bit of a deeper balance challenge by being on the top of the left foot. And so holding here, looking down. Control your breathing. And then lower right leg, right knee to mat, left hand down will go directly to the other side. So level 1, baby step, left toes on the mat, right fingertips on the mat, right thumb up. You can lift it all up on an inhale for more challenge, or you can stay at the beginning. It's your choice. It's all the same. It's a balancing pose. So the left foot is flexed. The top of my right foot is on the mat. My right arm is extended straight out, right finger up, reaching with the right fingers and back with the left heel. And then come down. Take a couple breaths. And then right leg out again, toes on the floor or not. Left fingers out, left fingers on the mat or up, your choice. Hold here, breathe. Concentrate on balancing, relax your jaw, check your breath, then exhale, left hand down, right knee down, opposite side, left leg up, or left toes on the mat. Right arm straight out or right fingertips on the mat, your preference. And then left knee down, right hand down. We're going to move to child's pose. Separate your knees as wide as you can. Bring the big toes to touch. We're going to sit the butt down toward the heels. Okay. We're going to press the hands out and away. This is the traditional child's pose. I'm going to show you some variation. So here we have forehead on the mat, arms straight. Sometimes our shoulders are tight and that's the straight arms are too much, so we can do cactus arms. Looks like this, but with palms on the floor, elbows bent, forehead down. You can also bring hands to your ankles, your choice. You can stack the hands, stack the fists to bring the floor up to your forehead. So stacked fist, forehead on the upper hand. Or you can flatten the palms and bring, if you want the floor up just a little bit higher, flat palm stacked, forehead on the top. So those are some options to make child's pose accessible to you. Sometimes the traditional poses, or we're not really thinking about everybody. They were thinking about a certain physical type, flexibility, young, and all that. And so thankfully, yoga has morphed into being more adaptable for the rest of us. Come back to table. Okay, we're going to do this. This is called the tiger pose, one of my favorites. So we're back to table. You may just lift the left foot and cross it behind the right thigh and hold there. Hold left foot with right hand. I'm going to try to turn the right shoulder up, or you may lift the left knee off the floor, left foot into the air a little, and hang on with the right hand. Turn the right shoulder up. This is tiger. So I want to talk about this pose. It's a spinal twist. You may notice a stretch in the front of your left thigh, and it's a balance pose. So holding here as long as you can. If you like to rest the knee down on the mat, feel free, it's all good. Twisting and breathing, tiger pose. And then release, left leg comes down, right hand comes down. So we can lift right foot and cross it back behind the left tush. Hang on to the right foot with the left hand. You can stay here, turn the left shoulder up, or you can lift the right knee up off the mat and twist to the left and hold. So I feel the right front of my right thigh is tight because doing this side, I feel more feedback from that area of my leg. So twisting, it's a balance and it's a stretch for the front, the big thighs on the front of the legs. And then release everything and come down. We're going to sit in Shiro's pose. Curl your toes under. So you have some options. You can sit butt to heel. And when I first learned this pose, I hated it for real. Hated it. My teacher then used to make us do it every single class because it is foot therapy. So the option is to stay here and suffer, or to bring your torso straight up. So you still have a little pressure on the toes and the feet, but not the pressure of your entire body on your heels. So try that. And I promise one day I did it and I'm like, oh, I'm not struggling in this anymore because my feet, the muscles, take time, but they're like, okay, we'll do that shape. So this is called Hero's Pose, created by men, but we're calling it Shiro's Pose. And it's also International Women's Month too, Girl Power. So here's some foot therapy. There is a reward for your patience here in this shape. Just hold on, take some breaths, check your jaw, face is relaxed. I used to gnash my teeth and frown and when I did this, and then one day it's okay. Okay, so now the reward, come to table, tops of the feet, tap on the floor, tap on the mat. That's the reward. And that shape is really good foot therapy because our feet are never in that shape. And a lot of the shoes these days, unless you spend a fortune on shoes, they are not very supportive. And so this is one way to get some foot therapy in there. We're going to do a quick, one more little foot therapy thing. So come back to seated and extend left leg out. We're going to bring the right ankle to left knee and just do a little foot massage. This is another reward for enduring that Shiro's pose with the feet. I guess I should have showed it to you the other way. While you're massaging your feet, let me just show you the other option for that. So we could, we did it with the toes curl, but you can also do it with the tops of the feet, which is a whole nother challenge because those muscles are tight as well. So this could also be uncomfortable to sit with the tops of the feet flat on the mat and all your body weight on top, or you can do it with the torso lifted up, same thing. And over time, I promise those muscles will stretch. Okay, massaging the right foot a little. So separating the toes, wiggling, moving them around, getting some blood flow, really thoughtful massage. And the arch. I stepped on a cord the other day and I didn't even know I have a bruise on my foot. Who gets foot bruises, seriously? But not just the cord part, but the plug-in part. I stepped on it the wrong way and it was really painful because there's no fat at the bottom of our feet to protect our feet. Just a lot of bones. All right, and then we'll move over to the other leg. So extend the right leg out, bend the left knee and bring the left foot close so you can massage and wiggle. You can also take the right fingers and thread them between each pair of toes. And just hold there for just a couple of breaths to separate the toes a little because they're usually crunched together in shoes. Some of you may be lucky not to have to wear shoes all the time, but And my friends, we had our bad weather in LA. My friend in Hawaii said he only has flip-flops. That's the only kind of shoes what do they need shoes for over there? Anyway, so that kind of gives a little spaciousness between the bones of the toes. And then we will move into final rest. That hour went so fast. So get comfortable, whether it be on your mat or in a chair or seated. I told some of you about the young man at the outdoor yoga class when we did Shavasana, when we were instructed to do Shavasana. He did his Shavasana knitting. I loved it. That made me so happy to see him do that. And I was in a workshop a couple weeks ago, and the lady invited them to do standing, but a rocking Shavasana. And we know that rocking helps to soothe our vagus nerve and our stress and anxiety. So if you want to rock, you are free to. Let me give you some setups for the traditional corpse pose. Flat out, legs apart, arms away from your torso, feet fall open. That's traditional. For many of us, this is not comfortable. It's a very vulnerable feeling, so we don't want to feel like that in yoga. Before I move to the more comfortable pose, for those that don't like laying flat on the back, if you have a tight back, this is for you. Feet flat on the wide edge of the mat, knees drop together. So that is your Shavasana. If you don't want to lay on your back at all, knees to chest, turn on to either side, move that bottom arm to a pillow. This is side corpse pose. Drape the upper arm on the outside of the upper leg, and that's your side corpse, side Shavasana. It's all good. Or seated or standing, or seated rocking or standing rocking. You pick, okay? And so get comfortable. And just noticing the floor underneath your body. All the points of you that are making contact with parts of the floor or your mat. Sorry for that. Just allow your body to sink in and settle. Sink into Mother Earth. Take some nice slow breaths. Notice the air on your skin. So if you have any exposed parts, it's freezing here in this room. So I feel the cool air around my feet and ankles, my hands and my throat and my neck and face. So see what you notice. Relax your jaw. And allow your breath to come naturally. When you're ready, take a breath in, bring your arms up overhead, and take a big stretch. Circle wrists and ankles. And then next exhale, knees to chest, turn onto one side and bring yourself upright. No rush. May you be happy, may your life have meaning, and may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you so much for coming. Edith, nice to meet you. Thank you, Carolyn and the baby. So cute. He's like, why are you waking us up, Mom? We don't want to get up. We're so warm and comfortable. I didn't even know you got in here, Carolyn. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, somebody let me in and I appreciate it. Yes.
Oh, good. That was Kirsten.
Thank you,
Saying
Kirsten, for letting me in.
Kirsten is stepping in for Shallon, who's away for the day again.
Mhm,
So
okay.
yes, thank you, Edith. Thank you. Was that Felicia, my friend Felicia? Hey, Felicia. Oh my God, you guys are surprising me. Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
so
much for
much.
coming. You're welcome. And I'll see you all next week, 9
Okay.
a.m. Wednesdays.